Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're joining from. And if you're Team Replay, hello to you. Thank you for joining me. My name is Toyin Umesiri. I'm the founder and CEO of Nazaru. I teach entrepreneurship, international trade, and I coach on mindset. Why do I coach on mindset? Guys, oh my gosh, over the years, this is what I've realized that you do life the way you think, you do business the way you think, the way you speak, right? Like always a reflection of what you believe, the stories you believe, who you are, right? I've always talked about also that life gives you who you are, not what you just want randomly. So, yeah, I have a deep, deep, deep background when it comes to the business world. And what I've come to realize in recent times is that there needs to be more investment in making sure we have clarity that how we think and how we perceive the world is shaping everything that you're able to get in the world. So, welcome everyone. Thank you. I hope you had a great weekend. Mine was busy. It was good. It was good to relax and rest and spend time with the family. And then kids are back to school now. So, if you're joining, please let me know where you're joining from. If you're also Team Replay, drop a comment, and definitely I would respond to it as soon as possible. So, one other things before I get into today's topic, which is a hot topic, by the way. One other thing coming up, like next week, I'm starting a 30-day marathon mindset coaching, the game plan 2.0. Last year we had 1.0, the game plan 12 strategies for winning in life and business. This year, I'm launching 30 keys to unlock success. Guys, success to me feels like a combination lock, right? Which is like you have to play with it. You have to wrestle with it. You have to really find distinct to you, because this is where I think people get it wrong. What works for me may not work for you, but that's why I share principles. But principles are universal. How you implement principle is very personal. It's very contextual. It's within your context, because your story, what I call nature, nurture, culture, right? Your nature, your nurturing comes into play heavily, 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 right? So that's why you'll find me teach principles. So, like today, I talk about your ideas are the seeds of your future, right? So, I'm going to teach the principle, I'm going to coach you on the principle. How you implement that principle in your life is going to be personal to you, right? So, the game plan from last year, right, was about strategic planning. The game, do you have a game plan? Because everybody that is winning, you never win by default, guys. Those who win plan to win. They plan and they play and they practice to win. In life, those who win determine to win. They practice to win. They discipline to win. They strategize to win. They work at winning. They fight to win. They do so many things. Many people in the world want to stumble on winning. Guys, when opportunity comes, it is too late to prepare. Even those who stumble on opportunity, listen, every single day of your life, you're stumbling on opportunity. Opportunities are everywhere, they're in front of you. But if you've not practiced and if you're not ready, that's why many people miss opportunity. So, you are the one that prepare for opportunities. Opportunities are everywhere. Listen, I sit in quarters where they're always talking about opportunities. HR always has a job, but they're always looking for who is ready for the job. Opportunities are abundant in the world. Are you ready for it? Okay. So the game plan 2.0 starts next week. And for 30 days in my private community, I'll be doing daily coaching, sharing 30 keys to unlock success. So I invite you to join. It's toyinumesiri.academy. That's where it's going to be going down. Okay, so it's going to be private support for the next 30 days. Listen, anybody that goes through that program, you are set for life. You need to hear those who went through part one, which is also available as a program and a personal development workbook. We have to level up anyway, so that we can level up our performance. So let me get to today's topic. Today is around your ideas are the seed for your future, right? The future you want. Before I even go there, this is a topic that is based on an article I released in my community. So before I come out and share these things, my community gets it first. Okay. So this is based on an article already released to my community this morning. So I'm just coming out here to share an highlight, right? So there's a lot going on in my private space, in my private community, because that's where I'm committing. That's one of the key decisions I've made for the year is I'm investing more in that space. Last year, we developed a roadmap to business growth and success, the game plan, on and on and on. This year, I'm dealing more on mindset when it comes to sales mindset, marketing mindset, developing the skills. Because one of the things I say is to build business or the life you want, you need strategies, you need mindsets, right? You need systems that work. You need skill sets, mindset, strategies, systems, skill sets. Are you working? You need to be working on all of those things, right? All of those things. And go to my website, toyinumesiri.academy, the school landing page. You can read more about those things, why they are powerful, why you need them. Skills matter to get results. Strategies, listen, just go and read that. I want to really get down to today's topic. Okay, so yes, your ideas are the seeds for the future you want. Everything in the world, everything that you can see, touch, experience, everything you use, even social media, they all began as an idea in somebody's mind, right? I hope we realize that. From the computer to social media, all of these things that the world that you can see, touch, right? Just look around you, your shoe, everything. They all began in somebody's mind as an idea. So ideas are powerful, right? Ideas are real. Ideas hold the possibility of dreams and the future you want. Ideas are so real. They are like ignition. They can light the world. They can power the world. Ideas power the world, right? But here's the key. If you give two people the same idea, and this is how God works, because if God wants something to be done in the world, listen, He will distribute it, He will scatter it across, right? It's like this, the sower. If you want something, if you want to guarantee harvest, you don't sow one seed. That's another topic on success principles, right? Is that even those who are most successful, if you look at them, they have their hands in many, 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 many things. Remember, I said success is like a combination lock. You don't know which one would unlock, but you practice, test, and then boom, the door opens, and you're like, Tesla, Twitter, Google. Most of the people who created all these major companies, I hope you realize that wasn't their first attempt at business. That's another topic. Listen, when I raise something, I will pack it because there's more in my school. Anyway, back to idea. Ideas are real. Ideas are pregnant with possibilities of the future. Ideas are powerful. They hold incredible potential. It is actually your duty to unlock the potential of an idea. Right? You are responsible. If you have to believe in your idea, if you sleep at night and God shows you whatever He shows you, who is responsible for launching that business, building that business, launching the platform, creating the event? It's not me, right? It's you. And so if you give two people with the same idea, right? And I talk about ideas being seed. The reason I'm using the seed is you must invest it. You must put it to work. You must plant it. You give two people seeds of ideas. One person grips it, doesn't do nothing because they're like, this is a seed. It's not a big deal. I cannot do much with this. It's nothing, right? Which is back to the stories that you tell. Okay, remember I talked about mindset. The reason I coach on mindset is that the stories you tell yourself, even if I teach you technical skills, if you're not confident enough, If something somewhere, if somebody somewhere, when you were 5, told you a story and you believed it, this, you can't do this, you will not be this. Listen, while Tony is in front of you trying to talk to you, I will see those people's eyes spinning around. Steady your gaze. This is where my game plan programs come in. They will help you focus, right? You will unlock your potential, you will unleash your creativity, right? And you will get to work to build your life. You will not let anything stop you. That's the power of those programs, right? So you give two people the same seeds of ideas. One holds it, does nothing. The other plants it very, very soon. Let's just say 5 years after, right? The future, let's fast forward into the future of those two people. I bet you one is eating the fruits of their labor, the other one is still complaining. Oh, the weather was not right. Oh, this person did me this. Oh, the seed of 5 years ago, it was nothing. Oh, I tried this, it didn't work, right? That's what I mean by fast forward 5 years later. You will see the gap, you will see the difference. Is that the person who sowed is reaping and enjoying the harvest, is living a different future. The person who did nothing with the idea is still there, living a less than life, a less than ideal life. That person could have been living a life worthy of that idea if he nourished that idea and he implemented it, he or she. Okay? So that's one of the things, right, that is so important, is that your ideas, as you're supposed to be cultivating and sowing it today, right? Today is the most important day in your life, because life is lived in today. Every day is today. You sleep, you wake up today. You sleep again, you wake up today. So all of the stretch of this entire year, as example, they will be presenting themselves to you daily. Today, tomorrow will become today. When you wake up tomorrow, you won't call that day tomorrow, you call it today. Every day is today. I hope you're. I'll still find the best way to be explaining these things. The most important day of your life is today, because the opportunities that you will encounter is going to be in today. The work you have to do is going to be in today. The seeds you have to sow is going to be in today. The results you're going to get is going to be in today. One day you're just going to wake up, you eat food today, you don't eat food tomorrow, the energy you need to extract from the food is for today. So today is the most powerful day of your life, because the entire life that we live is lived in today. Today, right? Daytime, nighttime, today. So tomorrow, when you wake up tomorrow, what are you going to call that day? You always wake up in today. You always do work in today. You always make impact in today. Now, let me teach you something. I'll just drop this because I know if you're going to miss the next 30 days, you don't want to miss it, but let me just share one thing from what I'm teaching. I'm going to be teaching. When it comes to legacy, people say, oh, legacy, it's about legacy, it's about legacy. Let me tell you a key. I told you keys for success, 30 keys for success. The power of legacy is how the action you're going to take in today will affect and impact the lives of other people. Do you get that? Legacy is what you do, the series of action, the things you do, the investments you make in yourself, the actions you take today. That over time. Now, legacy is also duration. Some people may have a 1 year, 2 year, 5 year legacy. Some people, that's why they talk about lasting legacy. It keeps on resounding and resounding. Each generation comes, it resounds. Their work resounds. Their work, each generation is awakened to their books, to their ideas, to their methodology, to their principles. They are quoted. Albert Einstein, legacy, right? But when did he do the work that is being referenced today? Long time ago. The action he took long time ago. I'm being funny, guys. The actions, the decisions, the way he invested himself, how he strived, the sleepless night, the testing, right? All of this innovation, the actions they took is still having impact in the world. Is resounding. It's coming back again. Each generation is being renewed by their innovation. From the light system, electricity, right? Locomotive, right? All of these things, when you think about industrial era, the Ford, right? The actions they took 50, 100, 200 years ago, they left that the impact of their action is still being felt 200 years later. Legacy. So that's why these things I'm teaching, they are extremely important. So when I tell you your ideas are the seeds for your future, not only that, listen, your action today is going to determine your legacy. Even when you are gone, which the other people's, how relevant will your work, your action, the things you leave behind, your body of work, if you're going to leave any. I'm saying not just your today in terms of your own future, other people's future may be able to build on your action, your outcomes, your results. So this is why this thing is so powerful. It's so powerful is that God sent you into this world, and the foundation you're supposed to lay, when you refuse to lay it, the next set starts all over. Because you are actually, the reason you're struggling right now is that the previous era, the generations that went before you, they failed at something. Because if they succeeded at certain things, listen, your journey would be, you'll be building on their foundation. But because they failed, they didn't pass certain thoughts, ideas, success principles to you. In the school system, they didn't teach you how to be creative. They just taught you how to get a job. That's another topic entirely. On and on and on. If you now fail to train yourself and think differently and acquire the skills, the things I'm teaching, I'm saying even future generations, you fail them in a way. Those that were supposed to build on your action so that they can have greater impact, you are failing them. By you not doing your action, you fail yourself, you fail the future. Not just future of external people, even your own kids. But listen, this is why I prefer one-on-one coaching or group coaching like I do in my academy. Because these things, they are life principles. I will teach you principles. How you deploy it, how you implement it for yourself is up to you at the end of the day. Now, in my academy, I will guide, I will support the roadmap. For me, it's about once you decide you want to take action, you need direction, you need a roadmap, you need instruction, you need support, you need motivation, you need inspiration. That's what I would serve, continue to serve. But I'm realizing many people don't know the power of time. Many people they may be underestimating ideas. They think the idea will just go from their head and poof, you're living the dream life. So that's it. Esther said the most important day of your life is today. Esther also said the school system. Yes, here's what I would do. I will tell you what to watch out for. But I will tell you, you profit nothing if you complain because you have no power to fix it. The only thing you have power to fix is you. So a lot of times, people know what the problems are, but they may not realize that at the end of the day, the only problem you can fix is how you think and the actions you're taking. Those are the only two things. How you think reflects on the opportunities you pursue. It's like the lion. You can be in the jungle. If you don't think right, you will be eating. Even the lion, the strength of the lion could become weakness if the lion cannot see. Many people are blinded, right? That's why I talk about clarity in the game plan. Lots of tools, lots of capability that I offer. You want it, invest in it. Esther said you profit nothing. Yes. That's my good. Thank you for putting that quote out there. And please do share, subscribe, like, what else? Comments. I'd love to engage further as well. So yeah, it profits you nothing to complain. And actually, those who complain, they demonstrate their lack of power and competence. Okay? Those who complain demonstrate weakness, right? Because you complain mostly when you feel like you cannot change your circumstance. Because those who are successful, once they don't like something, they fix it, they move on, right? There's a mindset. Those who are successful, who have this level of confidence and they know their capacity. Is it that, okay, do I have the capacity to do this work in my business? No. Who can we hire? They get to work. That's why the game plan one, we covered removing barriers to your success, because two groups of people will focus on everything, the reason why they are not taking the actions they need to take. The group that will be successful, they will see the same hurdles, they will experience the same hurdles, but guess what? They will remove those barriers one by one. They will get to work. They will put themselves to work. They will take necessary actions to roll the stone away. Right? This is the difference. The same two groups, one group will see the same issue and build a story for 10 years. For 10 years, they can repeat the same story, no action. The other group, the people you find that are successful, they master the art of dealing with challenges, removing barriers to their success. They are used to taking massive action, because to roll the stone away requires energy, force, a sense of belief that it can be rolled away. When you don't believe it can be rolled away, people feel like, let me not just waste my time. Let me not put energy behind this, because after all, even if I put all my time, energy, nothing will roll. That itself is a limiting belief. Okay. That is why many people are lazy. Go and read the definition of lazy. Lazy is unwilling. They are unwilling to work. They are unwilling to take action, even for the things they want. So when I use words are powerful. So over the next 30 days, starting next week, Monday, in my academy, words are powerful. Words are powerful. You need to know what time is. You need to know what you need to understand action, right? If you fail to take action, to go out there and get what you want, it is called you are being lazy. It doesn't necessarily mean overall you're lazy, but in that area, today they talk about procrastination. Okay. They talk about procrastination. What is procrastination? It's a form of laziness, guys. You don't want to do the work today that is required to sow your seed and take action, right? So you tell yourself to, this story, I will do it tomorrow. And tomorrow you tell the same story. Procrastination is a story you tell yourself that you're going to do the work that belongs in today, that you're going to do it tomorrow. But like I shared, today is the most powerful day in your life. You're going to live all of life. You wake up to today, and the work you do in today is what determines your tomorrow. You don't do work. Like, you don't do work in yesterday. You don't do work in a day called, tomorrow. You don't wake up and say, oh, today is yesterday. Let me get to school. Go to school, go to work. No. When God offers you the believer tomorrow, it comes in, it's like opening a letter today. They will always mail it today. God is mailing you opportunities. When he mails it to you, it will show up in today. All of the answers to your prayer, when they arrive, it will be in today. The job you are looking for, when it's time for somebody to call you for that job, it's going to be in today. The business you want to start, it's going to be in today. Today. Today is the most important day of your life. It's not yesterday, it's not tomorrow, because those things you have zero effect. You can think all you want about what you did yesterday, the mistakes you made, what you should have done yesterday. You can think about tomorrow, what you're going to do tomorrow. But when tomorrow comes and appears, what does it show up as? Today. Now, take the action. Procrastination is a form of laziness. You know why? But it is a sophisticated type of laziness. Because you are not really saying, I'm not going to do the work. You're just saying, you know what? Not today. Not today. Right? Procrastination is saying not today. But God in heaven is saying today. Today is the only day that matters. But you're like, oh no, not today. Not today. You're saying that is the sophistication of procrastination. It is so wrapped up in nice, like, oh, I'm struggling with procrastination. Call it what it is. Laziness. Can we, those who know me, I use words as they are, not how we want to polish. Because when we water these things down, we make it okay. We sleep in bed with things we should not tolerate. Do you get that? You are tolerating things in your life about yourself that should be unacceptable to your future. And you're watching, people out there say, it's okay. Don't worry. Don't be that serious. Yours is, oh, come on. You should be satisfied. And you're accepting to settle. Okay. Let me read. Esther, thank you so much. Those who complain demonstrate their lack of power and competence. They demonstrate weakness. Yes, yes, yes. Because when you know your power, you know your strength, you know your ability, you will get to work. And if you encounter something that really, really, really you believe that is such a big, obstacle in your way, there's something that needs to kick in for you. That's where you go out there. We talk about resources. You expand your capacity. Okay? Is that if you're a boxer, they tell you pick your size. You're a boxer, you've exercised. You punch, you are able to knock down certain size down. Boom, boom. You've practiced. Part of practicing this principle of taking action every day is, I'm telling you, you will grow in power the more action you take. Because momentum comes as a force built over time through a series of action. Do you realize energy? When you look at a battery, the energy, it becomes an energy source because certain things are packed, right? They are packed together, and the reaction of those things, the speed at which those molecules are reacting, creates energy. This is how the world force is like. You have to pack, if you want to go to space, right? Rocket ship, they pack the fuel. Because once you light those things up, their action is so, the speed at which they are reacting is so massive that boom, explosion, they explode. I'm saying the power of momentum behind any work, behind it are series of action, and the more action you take, right, on a topic, I'm giving you tips, guy, that is really reserved for my community. You need to go join toyinyumesiwe.com. That's my academy, Entrepreneurship and Success Academy. This is how I train. You will change your life. You won't be, right? Is that we want to build momentum. We want to build force. We want to drive impact, because for you to impact the world, you need energy. This year is about a lot of mindset, energy, because enough of all the things people are doing. When it comes to technical skills, oh my book is there, Mindset of an Entrepreneur. Please go buy, right? Let me do my pitch. Mindset of an Entrepreneur. If you're trying to build a business, start with this and then join us in the academy, or join us. There's a free copy in my academy. There are other books as well in my academy. I'm also working on a couple. So back to force. You want impact. You want influence. I'm saying the power behind all the things you want to do. You will generate that power through your action. The more action you take, nobody can resist you anymore. The more action. But at the beginning, learn how to take one action, then two, then three, right? Massive. That's also what I talk about, abundance mindset, right? If you're a farmer, if you sow sparingly, you reap sparingly. If you sow massive action, massive action, you take massive action. Listen, nobody can ignore you, right? So an idea that starts like this, and you see it as a seed, and you plant it and you discipline yourself, and you put your power behind it, and you grow it, and you nourish it. Even sales and marketing is powered by this principle. You carry your message to the world. You tell your story every day, every day, every day, every day. You show up. You are here every day. They open their internet, you are there again. Those who follow you, they see you again. Say, Tony is here again. Every day, I will take action. I'll post. I'll post. One day, you build this massive effect that it just kaboom. The world just gives way. Boom. But guess what? People do not do that. Hi, April. Thank you for being here. Did you want to comment about what I'm sharing? Or did you just arrive?
Hello.
Hi, April. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Did you just arrive here? Because I'm actually live casting different platforms. So I've been talking about your ideas are the seeds for your future, the future you want. And also, I was talking about action, the power of taking action in today. Today is the most important day of your life. What actions are you taking, April, today? What do you think?
Good
Mm.
question. Yeah, I
Yes,
like that.
I love it. I love to ask questions a lot. I love to ask questions. Why? Because oftentimes what we believe, we think we desire results, right? Am I right, April? We all desire results.
We desire what?
Results. We want results. We want outcomes. You have desired outcomes for your business, for your life. Correct.
Um, yeah.
The question now is, what actions do you need to take to get the results you want? And then the next question is, when are you going to take those actions?
Yeah, I don't think that's how it works all the time, though.
Let's share your thoughts. Share your thoughts. This is the power of conversation. Share what your thoughts are. Because for me, I coach entrepreneurs, is that we all have ideas of the future we are working towards. But the key is us realizing that we are part of the key. The actions we take, the investments we make in ourselves, right? Everything in business requires skills, right? To get, whether it's sales, whether it's marketing. If you create a product and you don't market it, people are not going to know about it. If you don't sell, if you don't have the skills for selling, if you don't take action, how do you sell? If you want to make money in business and you don't take the action that will get you the results, how do you get the results? Because most people are not taking action because they believe the results will just happen. But I want to hear your thoughts. Go ahead, please.
Um, well, I like the title of the room because it's it kind of implies that we we have ideas, right?
Yes.
And they just start, but they need to take a while. That's the thing that I think you're not talking about is the time it takes, because um, when I grow a garden,
Mm-hmm.
it takes, you put the seeds in, and then it takes a while
Okay.
for the seeds to germinate and get started, and then before you know it, you've got little um, sprouts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So let's go with the analogy you're giving as a gardener. I'll point out two things. Depending on the type of seed, depending on the type of idea. I'm sure you agree that different seeds take different time to germinate. Different ideas. I like to say something like, if you're building a one-story building, the resources, energy that you need to build it is different from if you're building a 5, 10 story building, a skyscraper. So the type of future that you want needs to be in a way proportional to the type of investment you make in your life, right? So if your dream is to have a resort or to build a mansion, to build a 10-story building, listen, a 10-story building will require different types of resources, investment, energy, skills than if you're building a one-story building. Same thing as a seed is in the garden. If you plant sunflower seed or pumpkin seed, there's something in the DNA of those seeds that determines when it will sprout. That's one. But the second thing that is a success principle is we now live in a world where you can apply fertilizer to speed up results. This is where mindset coaching, personal development coaching is that as long as you are going at it the normal way will take what it takes. And because I've studied entrepreneurship as example, and I have books on entrepreneurship, on average, if you're going into entrepreneurship, it takes about 5 years for your ideas to gain roots, for you to actually be rooted and to start to have built that momentum that will give you the massive result. That is what I found. Year one, people are still like, I've written about this before, so I don't want to go deeply into it. But if you go directly trying to build a business by yourself without the skills, it takes about an average of 5 years for you to see tangible results. Because the traditional education system prepares most people to be job seekers, order takers. They tell you what to do, you do it, you get paid. In entrepreneurship, it's about creativity, productivity, self-actualization. It's a whole mindset shift. That's why I talk about the lion in the zoo versus the lion in the wild. But there's another success principle that successful people apply. Automation. There are certain things they do. Because if you are limited by time, right? There are certain things you are going to do that can speed up results. Extremely successful people practice those principles because your time is limited. Successful people will employ more people because they will pay people to bring their time. Because if they now unlock, like, oh my gosh, I can generate these results if I'm working by myself. That's why they build sales team. The larger your sales team, you are multiplying yourself, the larger the results they can bring into your business, right? They will automate what is humanly possible to accomplish in a day. A machine for Amazon, Amazon website will make more money in a day than a physical store can naturally take. So there are principles where it's like fertilizer. How do I speed up success? That's another topic. But fundamentally, to your point, April, ideas take time, just as 6 takes time. I always say, like in my book, I say we underestimate how long this thing takes. And that's why I say hurry up and get to work. That's my message today. Hurry up and use your days wisely. That's my point, is that when you don't use today wisely, you are just delaying results, right? If you don't sell today and you don't sell tomorrow and you don't sell over the next 1 week, and you're still saying, I want results, who will get you that result? I'm saying massive action generates massive results. Little action will generate little result. And that action could be yours or accumulation of your staff. The largest business in the world, which I work for, like they employ millions, right? Is that massive action is required to generate massive results. But what I'm also coaching today is wherever you're starting from, start with you. Because your mindset will determine the type of people you are employing. Because if you understand that you need people that can take action in your business, you're going to hire right. You're not going to hire somebody that sits around and does nothing. You hire people that can work. Hire yourself first. When you hire yourself, put yourself to work. That's the barest minimum. Then when you realize that the results you want is much more than you can do, then start hiring people, assistants, sales, right? Sales team. Start building, because you need momentum to be the force that would bring you the impact in the world. So I said a lot of things. Like next week, I'm starting a 30-day, right? 30-day marathon in my academy where it's about 30 keys to unlock success. Because that's really the key at the end of the day. is how do you go out there and get what you want? And do you believe you can get what you want? And are you developing the skills that will help you get what you want? Because we all have ideas as humans, we have ideas, but are you putting your ideas to work? Are you sowing it? Are you investing it? And the power of today is that many people procrastinate for tomorrow. It's like putting a nice bow on what I call lazy. Just read it. Every time, lazy is you don't want to do the work to get the results. And procrastination is you're telling yourself you will do the work tomorrow, not today. Okay? And as long as you keep pushing that work till tomorrow, I've seen situation 5 years go by, no results, no work, no results. My power, the way you bring your power back is today. Today is the most powerful day. Bring your work into today. Do the work today, or schedule, put a time when you will do the work. If the work is important to your results, put a time on it. Put a time on. If you can't do it today, name the other today you're going to do it. In 5 days' time, I will do. And when that 5 day arrives, do what you are committing to do. Right? Commit, do, strategize, commit, do. So that's just, I'm bringing all of those things together. And I see Mr. Abosede joined us on stage on Clubhouse. So I'll go to April, let her wrap up if she still has to, if you would like to add more things, and then I'll go over to Miss Abosede. April, over to you.
Thank you. Yeah, the ideas are good, and I like your link. Your looks like you've got a course coming up or something. Is that right?
30 days. Yes, I'm doing a marathon like every day for 30 days. I'm going to be sharing 30 keys, one key every day to unlock success, because success is like a combination work or combination lock. Which one is, and it's very personal. So I teach principles that people can apply, because one of my programs, I talk about nature, nurture, culture. Is that if I tell you what I do and you attempt to do it, you might not be able to do it the way I do it, because my experience, my background is distinct to me. So instead, what I do is I share principles, I give workbooks, and I get people to apply it to their own context, because your nature, your nurture, and your culture always influences our perception and reality, awareness, perception, reality, and how we do life. So I never ever assume that you will do life the way I do, because listen, I have my own story, my own experience, on and on. But what I teach really are principles, guidance, so that people can personalize and see the results in their own life. So yes, so that's my school. And next week, Monday, we are kicking off 30 days, every single day, life coaching, sharing 30 keys to unlock success, right? And they are really more on principles of success. Awesome. Thank you so much, Miss April, for being here. Mr. Bosede, you requested to come join us. It's always a pleasure to have you. I know you're in my academy as well. Did you have a question? Over to you.
Hi everyone, good morning. My name is Abosede today. Yeah, I just want to add to what you said. You asked a question that what are we gonna do?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So basically, when you were teaching us about customer, like knowing them, identifying them, their needs, aspiration, and stuff like that. Yeah. You talked about customers changing based on time. So I experienced that very early than expected, honestly, based on the change. And I wasn't really prepared for it. Right now, I'm trying to learn how to pitch to my new kind of audience, because my environment, exposed me to some kind of customers that I wasn't prepared for, like I said. Okay, so now what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to look at the leading people in my industry, that are catering for people like that, celebrities, right, and what have you. Okay, so what happened this morning was, as I was thinking of it, can I really handle this set of people?
Okay, let me, Abosede, let's take it slow. I want to make sure people are following the discussion. describe the type of people. Is it high net worth individuals, high profile individuals are now coming into your business? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, definitely. Yeah, that's
okay. So celebrities are now reaching out to you.
Yeah, reaching out, brides to be.
Brides to be. Okay.
Then so I was now thinking, if you check my website, my Instagram, what I put out is kind of different because I tried to. It's different from like a year ago. So,
okay.
Like I'm trying to reposition, like a position is happening right now, which I'm aware of, and I need to learn their language. I need to know what their fears are. You understand? I need to learn, how I need to come in, how I need to talk to them. Really.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
So now, what I'm doing is looking at people that are doing what I'm doing, learning their terms, learning their skills, learning the way they talk to them to attract them, because most the fears and everything, learn how to talk to their fears to attract them, because I want to be going live and talking to them. So definitely that's what I'm trying to do, just communication, learning how to communicate with my new kind of audience, So basically that's what I'm trying to do.
I want go on, please, go on.
So what I was thinking, I was like, oh, am I up to this? Can I really do this? So that was when I saw your notification coming in about ideas. That no idea is too small. What you do today is the outcome. Is going to determine your outcome tomorrow. Like if you have a little idea, you have a little. I said, yeah, you're talking to me again.
Yes, you read the article. I saw in the platform. Yes. So this I need to bring everybody along. You and I know what we are talking about, but we have an audience. So permits me to just give them the backdrop. Okay, because you and I are like going at it and I'm smiling because I know much more. So let me try and just help people follow along what's going on. So thank you so much for being here. So first of all, she's my, Ms. Abosede is a member, right? She's gone through my roadmap. She's gone through my programs for the last 1 year, right? So she knows where she was a year ago before she enrolled in my program. So that's the first information I want people to be aware of. The second thing is really this point of, and I keep saying this, the world gives you who you are. And you will start attracting who you are. What you're complaining about is because you've leveled up your business. Last year, you were saying you don't have customers, everybody's this, that is this, or this. You were attracting a certain type of demographic of people a year ago, not because there are no celebrities out there, it's because of you, where you were, mind, skill set, communication led you to be attracting those people. I'm trying to get people to understand this thing because I teach these things. I say, life doesn't give you what you want or what you wish for. Life gives you who you become, who you are. In fact, I remember earlier this year, last week, I said, this year, decide who you are going to become. That is even more important than setting goals, right? Who you become, what you invest in yourself. Listen, when you stand in the world, right, at your next level, those in the next level, you will attract them, which is what you are now talking about. Your new challenge now is that with you leveling up, establishing your brand, presenting it, doing all this work over the last 1 year, you're waking up today and celebrities are now reaching out to you to work with you. Brides with a lot of sensitivity. Listen, brides are the toughest to make happy. I've done businesses in the bridal industry before. They are very particular. Brides don't want stories. And you're recognizing that, OMG, how do I serve that next level of people? What I first want you to see that the series of action, I want to connect it to what I'm teaching today. The series of action you've taken over the last 1 year is giving birth to the results you're talking about today. And the action you will take in the next 1 year, I'm telling you, next year again, you will tell me, oh, now I want to do this. Now, this is how it works. But can you imagine if over last year, you didn't make the investment, you didn't take the action, you didn't do the game plan, you didn't do all of those things in that academy, the roadmap, customer. you didn't do any of that work, Mr. Bossede, where would you be today? With the same struggles of last year or not? Because you're just showing, this is what I'm trying to teach. You just demonstrated it now. Now, here's the key. Here's the key. I will share a little more just for the sake of those people, like people watching, is that when I teach customers, because Mr. Bossede, let me stop first and get some reaction, because I can go on and on, but I want to make sure, Mr. Bossede, do you want to react before I go on?
Yeah, go on for a while. I'm driving.
Okay. Oh, don't keep driving. Oh my, okay. I will try. I'm here to serve, okay? So in the academy, I think it's week. So I have a 10-week business accelerator. So if you're new to entrepreneurship and you want to really learn the 360 of entrepreneurship, right? So I have a 10-week accelerator. And I think week 4 is when I cover customers, customer insights. And we have a workbook. And the question is, how well do you know your customers? Who are they? So there is a 5. Let me just give this tip. I'll just drop it out there. There are 5 stages. This is my own framework that I teach my students, right? There's a circle, there's a wheel. I say, identify your customers. Who are they? That's what you find out there. Oh, right? Profile, customer profiles. Number 2, understand. This one is unique to us. I teach how to go into the mindset and behavior of those that you identified. Number 3 is build for them. Your product and services, the value proposition, they must match. Because if your product and your services do not hold value for this group, they will not pay attention to you. They will not commit. They will not invest. Number 4 is market to them. Tell your story. Market to this group of people. Number 5 is sales and support. That's the wheel. And the program is designed several hours. Like this entire 10-week accelerator has about 21 hours of training, 12 workbooks, 2 ebooks. It's a school. It's a school. Okay. So that week 4 is what Ms. Abosede was referencing. Like, she did the work last year. She served a certain type of people. She's seeing that because she's leveled up her business, new types of customers are now showing up. Right? One of the solutions, Ms. Abosede, which I've said it last year, that template, you need to go back to it. Because the template I gave you, now you need to answer that question for these new customers. Because when you answered those questions last year, remember, you were answering it with a different mindset, with a different group of people in mind. You were solving for a different group of people. Today, when you realize that celebrities are coming, brides are coming, and you've already recognized there's a nervousness I heard in your voice that, oh my goodness, am I ready to take this responsibility on? You are ready. If you are not ready, they won't come to you. You've already demonstrated a certain level of result that attracted them to you. You attracted them to you, so you are ready. What you now need to put in place is the operational excellence that allows you to perform effectively. So don't think, listen, what you are not ready for, God will not send your way. That's one thing to realize. Like, God will not. That's why all we need to be doing is get ready, which is back to the action. Get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready every single day. Right? Practice discipline, gain the skills. Because the more you level up, the more you expand yourself, the more you become higher. You will occupy new dimensions in life. And when you occupy new dimensions, people operating at that frequency, you will magnetize them. They will come into your stratosphere. Your energy, which is what I'm teaching this year on sales energy, sales mindset, is that you need to move into a mode where you are elevated, because you are the one to elevate your brand. Who you are emits energy in the world, and that message is what attracts people to you. So that's what we're doing this year as well. So that's what I've been doing this next 30 days of marketing, mindset coaching, is preparing my members and community for that next level dimension you must occupy. You cannot be the one doing tactical running around. Like, you have to be the boss. You have to operate at the CEO level as the right leader. And that leader that you are, that's why the next 30 days again, you will get everything you need from a mindset with 30 keys to unlock success, right? Because the rest of the year you can now do a whole lot more and achieve more, right? So the solution to today, Mr. Bossede, is go back now, because when you did that work, it was about a year ago. The same template, the same principle, but this time around, change the name and the profile of the customers. Write celebrities, write brides, and then answer those questions for brides. What do they want? Right? Go back to celebrities. What are celebrities looking for? Listen, they want to portray a certain look and an image. Can you meet them there? I say, yes, you're ready. You're ready, and they are here. So get ready. Okay, let me get your reaction.
Thank you for the validation. Honestly, that's what you did this morning. And I also want to say thank you for the. Now I'm talking about Nazar International Trade because I'm also a student in that platform. You dropped a video about Prosper Africa.
Oh, U.S. government, the 17 U.S. government agency.
Yes, that was mind blowing. That was like an eye opener for me. I've been shrinking for some time now because I really don't have clarity in that aspect. I've changed now from entrepreneurship to international trade.
Right. Those two words, yeah.
Yeah. So but watching that video, oh my God, like give me like a clarity. I was able to write out my next step on. Let me say agreed now. Yeah, because now I understand, because this video gives like a summary of everything I need. When it comes to export counseling, when it comes to market intelligence, when it comes to business matchmaking and everything, it gives answer to all that. You understand? Commercial diplomacy and stuff like that. So I think I'm getting there. I'm getting to a better position.
I love it. This is my heart is really to help people speed up and accelerate everything they say they want to do. So to also give people context, because you and I, again, when you reference international trade, I want to make sure people listening, this might be your first time, so welcome, right? So aside from entrepreneurship development in my school, my business school and community for entrepreneurs, I occupy many roles. One of them, for example, is I sit on a council, right, by appointment of the U.S. Secretary of Commerce. We do a lot of work when it comes to export development, international trade development. My team, my council, we do a lot of work here in Illinois. I also am the host of Trade with Africa Business Summit. This is where I bring really the leading experts. I've hosted over 100 of the leading experts when it comes to international trade development, from World Bank, African Union, US government. In fact, one of the events in 2019, I introduced US Exim Bank, Export-Import Bank, to the African Export-Import Bank that is owned by African governments, right? And just 2-3 weeks ago, they closed a $500 million deal. And the introduction was made on my platform in 2019. So the platform is very powerful. So what Mr. Abosede is referencing is the fact that one of the videos from my interview of US government, there's a program called Prosper Africa, and it involves 17 US government agencies with resources to support you if you want to engage in international trade. It's under the umbrella from agriculture to these 17 US government agencies, how they advance trade with Africa. And that video, so I hosted them, and this is a resource which I put in my international trade network. And what Mr. Abosede is saying is she just accessed it because I shared it. She accessed it and it was like, right. So I guess, I'm trying to tie it up. Thank you for coming, because I show up every day to tell these stories. But I need those of you that are reaping, because people who are investing, they're getting results. People who are taking action are getting results. But what I also find is that many more people are not taking action. And God cares enough about them to say, all you have to do to create the life you want is take action. It's as simple as that. right? And anything standing in the way of you taking action, you've got to remove those. You have to see them as barriers. They are stories. Procrastination, if you start realizing that it is a form of, it's a nice looking laziness. I'm using that word so that you can call it what it is, because when you don't call it what it is, all you are saying is, I'm not going to do today what I need to do today. What I need to do today. I'm deciding not to do it today. I'm deciding to do it tomorrow. Okay? And when you say that, when tomorrow comes, tomorrow will show up as today. And you repeat that statement again, that story. Oh, not today, tomorrow. It comes again, not realizing that every single day is your opportunity to get to work and build that dream. So if God gave you a dream to build a house, you see it clearly in your mind, you put it down on paper as a business plan, and you don't lay the bricks, the interlocking bricks that would actually create what you see in your mind into reality. If you refuse to do the work, listen, I've had someone reach out to me and say they paid somebody to build a business plan, to write a business plan. They paid money, and that person was so happy. I said, lady, ma'am, a business plan is not a business. Just like a building plan is not a building. It's good. It's a visual representation of what you want to build. Now roll up your sleeve and get to work. A business plan is not a business. A building plan is not a building. It's just a visual representation of the dimensions of what you're going to build. Now, the real world requires rolling up our sleeves and building it. And in building a business, you have to take action. So you're still back to taking action. You want to build a house? Massive action. And different types of action, plumbing, electrical, structural, right? You have to, that's the same thing with business. Different dimensions, sales, marketing, branding, right? Customers, this, right? All of those things. That's why I talk about roadmap to business growth and success. You need it all. Traditionally, it might take you 5 years to figure it all, right? My programs are the accelerants. Accelerants like Google Maps. You want to go to California, you can go by yourself. It might take you longer to get there by yourself without a roadmap. But if you want to arrive faster, you need a roadmap. And then the way you even travel, some will say, I'm going to ride a bicycle to California. Some will say, I'll take a plane. Which one are you doing? The speed at which you achieve results, you can influence it by the investments you're going to make in yourself. On that note, I'm going to wrap up today. Ms. Sabote, are there any other questions before I wrap up for today? Okay, I think probably she was on a phone call. But here's the key. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, quickly, I see some comments before I wrap up. Kopola guy, good to see you. I'm sure you're looking forward to the next 30 days. It's going to be a blast. It's going to be really, really intense. Okay, someone else wants to come up there. So actions are so important. My to-do list keeps me accountable for this. Awesome. Awesome. Esther says the future should be proportional to the type of investment you are making. Yes, if we flip that back, the types of investments you are making needs to be proportional to the future you see. It's not so, it's like what you see in your mind. If what's in your business plan or project plan or the ideas you have, how big are the ideas? I guess that's it. If you can dream big, please do big things. Take big actions. Take massive action. If it's a small dream, please, it's easy. Just do it and get on moving. If you have a PhD, PhD takes more investment of time. You want to be a doctor, the investment you make to become a doctor is different from another job. That's what I'm saying. The future you see for yourself needs to influence where you're investing your time and energy to do work. And it needs to direct the work you're doing. And many people are on social media skipping, scrolling. As you skip, as you scroll, you know your time. Your time is your life. Your time is the opportunity to do meaningful work. Ask yourself, skipping, scrolling, is that meaningful work? Is it helping you build that future? You're skipping, you're scrolling, you're skipping, you're scrolling. The social media in a way is designed for skipping, scrolling, right? Oh, people are not thinking deep. I always tell my students, move yourself. Close computer, find a nice chair, get your coffee or your nice tea, get your pen, get your workbook, watch the video, do the work. You do that work in quiet spaces because you need to think deeply to get answers to unlock success for yourself. But if you remain on social media, you skip, skim, 24 hours go. Let me ask you this question. The last 24 hours, do you remember what you consumed? What did the last 24 hours contribute to where you say you're going? Ask yourself this. Can you even remember all of the things you read and you skipped and skimmed and you enjoyed? It's going to entertain you. Keep being entertained. It's numbing you. That's why even the things I'm saying about taking action, people don't even understand that you need to take action. Why? Because everybody's telling us to entertain. Listen, don't come to me for entertainment. Go to Beyonce. If you want transformation and results, impact, transformation, result, that is my own expertise. I will impact your life. I will help you achieve transformation. Listen, you will level up your life. You will achieve everything God wants you to achieve. That's my own promise. So don't come to me for entertainment, dancing, even though I dance once in a while. Don't come to me. That's not my promise, guys. That's not my promise. Tionoma says, how about financial limitations? They can slow you down. Listen, financial limitation is also a story. Do you think Elon Musk had $40 billion in his account to buy Twitter? Those who are successful, no, there's no money anywhere. When I teach international trade, I teach the framework, how people move money around. Your job is to go look for the money because that money is in somebody's hands. Every resource, you need to build your mansion. Somebody is selling cement, go and buy cement. Somebody is selling steel. But if you sit around and say, oh, I can't afford, then that means you everything you tell yourself that you can't, you will not. The children of Israel said they can't fight Goliath. Listen, God sent them. Are you now telling God, the God who brought you to the promised land, failed? Listen, no. He has endowed you with the capacity you need. You must continue to refine yourself and develop skill. And everything you need to achieve result is in somebody's hands. For me, I'm a key to somebody's success. I have developed myself. You just said, Mr. Boss said, I hold many keys to unlock success for people. That's why, listen, I chill when I'm on social media. I'm hiding, I'm disguising. When it comes to influence power at certain levels, forget it. It's a phone call away. I unlock things for listen. So I am a key. I unlock success for my people. So the key. So anytime you say, oh, I don't have investment, listen, it's a story. Anything I want, I know, go and train yourself between you and God to tell yourself that nothing will stand in the way of what God, because if God gave you an idea, it means it belongs to you. It belongs to you. All the things that God shows you, your promised land belongs to you. But if you come up with a story, I don't have money, I don't have somebody to help me, it keeps you bound. Part of my programs, the game plan 1.0, 2.0, is that you will go find it. Your job. Everybody that is successful, they go find investors. They get themselves out into the world. They are always looking for opportunities. But the moment you tell yourself opportunities does not exist, listen, you've blinded. You're not even looking anymore. So I've seen it all. I sit on board. I've seen it all. And the key is that those who are successful, including Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, go and read their stories, where they started from. Garage, table. How did they get here? They partnered, they collaborated, they found all the resources to build their empire, and everybody that invested in them succeeded. So one thing I'll just share, the secret to success is become that person that people can invest in. Become that person that people want to do work and business with. But as long as you are lazy, procrastinating, skipping school, listen, nobody wants. The people who invest, the people who have money, there are people who have money, there are people who have skills, there are people who have strategies. There are people All they want to do in the world is bring their money. They're not ready to, they may not have the expertise, they may not have the knowledge you have, but I'm telling you categorically, there are people we call investment because I host them, I do life with them. They have money in their hands. They are looking for the people and places to put it. But those people must pass this test. You must be able to get return on the investment. Harvest. Are you the person that people can invest time, energy in, and will you get them harvest? And if you're not, nobody's looking for you. I'm not looking. In fact, that's part of my 2023 mantra. I tell you to join my academy, you don't join. Listen, that's okay. I will not invest. You know what? I'm spending 30 days every day, every waking day, teaching, guiding, changing people's lives. I don't owe it to nobody. You owe it to yourself. You want that result, invest, get into the network. You don't, let's just keep seeing each other on social media. Are you going to invest in yourself? If you don't invest in yourself, don't expect anybody to invest in you. Welcome, Asana, to the room. I was trying to close, but this question just go on, please.
Hello, Ms. Tony. Thank you. This is like my second time entering your room, and I find the conversation, the topic, very, very interesting. So I have a question. So what would you advise for a beginner entrepreneur, like for someone like me? Like, I'm just starting out. I do have ideas, but I don't even know like the direction where to start from. I know for sure I need to really break certain mindset and limitation in my mind, but I just need some type of, I guess, road map on like where, like as a beginner, like what do I need to do now? Like, you know what I'm saying, moving forward so that I can get to where I need to be.
Okay. I love that question because first of all, it tells me, because you believe it or not, you are actually a few steps ahead of most people that have ideas. Let me tell you why. Most people that have ideas, there's something in their way. You know how they say pride goes before a fall? Most people in the first year, and I included this in my book, most people in their first year of attempting to build a business believe that they have and know everything they need to know. You can't teach them nothing. I talk about the first 5 years of business. Like the first year, the confidence, the arrogance, the audacity, the passion, people rush out with ignorance, with assumptions and ignorance. They assume they know what it takes to achieve success. We all do. Listen, I can call it out because that was me too. You see, we are so coming from corporate. We've been successful in one area. We come into entrepreneurship with so much. Listen, you asking this question already demonstrated you've probably dealt with that, or you've attempted something and you said, oh my, I need to learn. That's why I always tell people, learn fast so that you don't fail fast. Because people tell you, fail fast, fail fast. I say, yes, so you will fail at what you don't know. Until you know it, then you will start coming out of that abyss of failure. You will go down before you go up in any new thing you are attempting. If you've never swum, you don't know how to swim, and they tell you fail fast in swimming, you jump into the ocean without instruction, without coaching, without practice. Listen, sinking is inevitable. Over the weekend, I took my kids to skating. One of them are taking practice, was doing it better. My son just started and he was like, oh, I say, yes, just take it easy. This is your first attempt. You stumble around when it's your first attempt in business. So that's why I say you are a few steps forward, because by year 2, this is what people say, oh, this is more difficult than I think. Year 3, man, can I keep pushing this thing or should I go back? That's where most people stop. Those who push into year 4 is because they now have to make a new commitment, and even as hard as it is, I'm not going back. I'm committing myself to this journey. I've got to figure it out. By year 5-ish is when people start making investments in taking classes and courses, like coaching. Because if you tell somebody year 1, year 2, take a coach, read this book, most of the time it doesn't land, because we're living in a world where we've not been told that that the school system prepares you to get a job. It doesn't prepare. So that's part of the narrative. So my book mindset of an entrepreneur. It's called Strategy, Skills, and Mindset for Achieving Business Growth and Success. It's actually the introductory compass of mindset of an entrepreneur. So I opened the book trying to help people understand, which is my biggest advice to you. The advice is to see that the money you want to make in business is going to be the reward, the outcomes, the results of getting several things right. The journey you're going to be on is what are those several things, right? Because many people say, I want to make money, I'll start this business. They start it to make money, and that is beautiful. In the book, I say, just know your why. Some people say, I want to have impact. Some people say, oh, economic development. Be clear, but please realize that there are several things you have to do, several actions you have to take before you will see a dime or a dollar. Because people don't throw money around. People don't pay anybody. Like if you say buy this, buy that, nobody owes anybody in the world of business. We pay for services and products we want to acquire. So the journey you're going to go on is the value of your products. How valuable is what you're going to create, which is why when I talk about entrepreneurship, I say it is ultimately the fullest expression of human creativity and productivity. What are you creating in the world? How valuable is what you're creating in the world? Who values it enough to pay you for it? I just gave you entrepreneurship in like seconds. That's the whole journey of entrepreneurship. You're going to have to create something of incredible value. People will have to agree that that thing is valuable to them. They must agree not just to become a follower. They must agree they will invest their money to acquire your value. That is entrepreneurship in a nutshell. But now, in a practical way, get my book, Mindset of an Entrepreneur. And then the roadmap to business growth and success is the school for entrepreneurs for success. You will learn in 24 hours and 12 workbooks later. You work for it. You will learn what you need to do, from mindset coaching programs to understanding branding, customers, marketing, lead generation, like systems you have to build, skills you have to develop, right? Strategies you need to implement that would help you get results in business. Because everything I just shared, most people go spinning around 5 years and they are still like towing. How do I structure my business, right? So in few minutes, let me get your reaction, because I just wanted to give you something you can hold on to. Over to you, Asana.
So you said the first step is getting the book or reading the book, your book, Mindset of an Entrepreneur, correct?
Yes. So here's the thing about the book. The book is part of the curriculum. Like, members of my community have access to, they've had access before everybody. So if you want to join my community, you're going to get the book and all the workbooks, right? So 12 workbooks, 2 ebooks, and 21 hours of training over the next 10 weeks. They're organized in 10 weeks. So the book actually comes in my academy. Many people don't realize this. Now, if you're not ready to join my academy, you can go on Amazon just like everybody else, and at a minimum, just read that book as quickly as you can. It will set some things in motion for you. Okay, but every book I release it first to my members, to my community. We discuss it, I teach it, right? I teach the principles. In fact, last year I taught this class on this book for United Nations Development Program for entrepreneurs in 38 African countries, right? So it's quite robust. But if you're not my member, it's out in the public now on Amazon. So I want to just clarify, like all of my books, in fact, books I'm yet to release or publish, it's in my academy as well. Make sense?
Okay. And then, yes. And then I think I'm looking at your website that you posted on the
yes.
Clubhouse.
Yes.
I see something about the roadmap.
Yes. That is the 10-week accelerator program for anybody new to entrepreneurship, right? It's a 10-week program that teaches you. It's very intense. You come on the other side fully equipped to build business. And here's what I've seen. My students that go through that program, they build multiple businesses. Because once you know the principles and how to apply the principles and you have the skills for success, you will realize that, oh, Toyin, is this how it is? That means I can build many businesses. I just have to repeat the principles, marketing, sales, all those things. So yeah, the roadmap is a visual representation of the 10-week curriculum.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's all the same.
Yes, it's packed. Yes, it's packed because
Okay.
it's showing you. It's just like what I did there is design. I have a background in design thinking. It's almost like the story is, if you want to go to California, why do we go to Google to print a map? Right? Is that we want to arrive faster and we want direction. But guess what? Google already went ahead of us to map out the most optimized routes. So my program is actually, after working with people over and over and over again, I layered it and created it in an optimal. I'm a systems of systems. Oh, you're making me tell you, like, my background is developing systems and business support for the biggest brand in the world. So I use some of those things, like, if you want to show people the way, why do you need to stop in 100? It's like on Clubhouse, for example. People spend countless hours listening to 100 people. How can 100 people lead you to a destination? They will confuse you. They will listen, guaranteed confusion. At some point, you are consuming unrelated content that you cannot align step by step. So what I did with the roadmap is, this is a straight line to success. Just follow the roadmap. Week 1, do this. Week 2, do this. Week 3, do this. When you arrive at your destination, automation and scaling up. Right? That's what Google does for us. Otherwise, if there was no Google, listen, trial and error is the only way to arrive. If you are going somewhere you've never been to before and you are not bothering to ask those who have arrived, how did they arrive? What road did you take? Turn left, turn right. So my program is, I use that analogy and framework to give people visual representation. And here's what people have even told me. They take a look at that roadmap and they're like, something clicks for them. Oh, I've been doing it wrong. So I know I know the power, and if they've not even taken the program, just by looking at that program, they're like, oh, okay. Because here's the key. You might go into a room on Clubhouse. They'll tell you lead generation. You go into another room, they tell you sales. Another room, marketing. You're like, which one is this? I tell you, it's all of the above. It's like flying a plane. As the pilot of your business, you've got to know what everything does. What's your engine, your right engine, your left engine? What is this button? If I press this, does it go up or down? Okay, that's what I do in my academy, is be the pilot, but start with understanding the full spectrum of the skills you need. And then when you build that foundation right, guess what? You'll be able to layer on without crumbling, and you can even bring more. You will know what skills to bring on that maybe you don't have as well. So yeah, everything, just read that page and then email the team, toyinyumesiri.academy, info@toyinyumesiri.academy. Please, we'll be happy to answer any questions you have. This is why we built it, because I know many people have ideas, business ideas, right? But how do we achieve it? Who has 5 years to wait? No, we have to hurry up. And so my work in international trade as well, I realized that some people they desire to go into export business, but I tell them, why are you enrolling in Olympics when you've not competed at the local level? Right? You need to win. You need to win at the fundamentals of entrepreneurship, because export introduces complexity. So that's one of the reasons I created the school, is that I started in the world of international trade, where government, on. And I realized that people made a lot of assumptions that they can just come in without skills. Listen, if you don't have skills, there's very little you can do in the world of business. If you don't have skills, legal skills, financial skills, right, technical skills. Skills is everything. Everything. Listen, you're talking to somebody right now that I've owned right, a lot of skills, right? But in corporate, if you're a manager, which right, you can delegate. Listen, before you delegate, train yourself first before you delegate. So yeah, I hope I answered that, because I also want to make sure other people can follow the discussion as well. Awesome.
Yeah, and also I was gonna ask, so in regards to because I'm looking on your website, for the 10-week course, I don't see like I don't know if you can quickly sort of give me like a breakdown or a step by step on like, okay, what do you what pretty much the course guide, like,
right,
what do you attempt to
so
just
the right, so the way right now you join the community, you can actually do a 3-day trial on the community. The information, the details, they are all inside, right? So there's a 3-day trial where you can go in, you can look around, you can connect with other people there, right? You can find the details of what you're looking for. Just read it. It's in there. So in the next 3 days, familiarize yourself with the resources in the academy and then decide. So the information you're looking for is actually included right there. So I give the 3-day trial for people to just play around, learn, see what other people are doing, get themselves familiar with all the resources, the programs we have coming up, the events we have coming up. It's a lot of information in that school, right? So try that, and then also you can message, you can send a message, you can ask questions. There's a lot of interactive. There's a chat room in there where you can you can really see top posts, you can see what other people are reading, you can see their comments, and then you can interact with me as well. There you can find me and just message me as well. So that's the way it's set up. I also see a question here. Amos Shady says, is it possible to join the academy even if one, I'm not wearing my glasses, guys, so I'm squinting. Even if one doesn't have a business yet? The answer is yes. In fact, do you know, one of the things I say is the best time, excuse me, the best time to learn how to build a business is when you are not desperate to make money. Let me repeat that. The best time to build a business, to take your idea, is when you are not desperate for food. It's like a farmer. The seed in your hand, if you are desperate, you will eat it. If you plant it, you've got to give it time to mature and grow. And if you don't have that time, this is where anxiety comes in and pressure and stress comes in business, is that you need the result like yesterday. You need the money, the potential, this business. You want this business to get you fruits. Like, you are desperate, you are anxious. And when people are anxious, they can't think clearly and they can't strategize. So the best time to actually learn, okay, some people learn on the job. The best time to learn entrepreneurship is without pressure. So if you are in corporate and you're considering to be an entrepreneur, just take my school as a night school. You work in the morning, you learn at night. Do that for next 10 weeks. Trust me, you will now be able to, you will know what you're doing and you will get results faster. So to that question, that's my answer. But the moment you are desperate for money, say you lost, because people reach out, I just lost my job. Okay, I need a job now. Entrepreneurship is not that. It's not that way. You can't plant a seed today and say, give me a harvest tomorrow. Guys, you need to trust me. I will tell you as it is. I will not make it sound, all those things you see on social media where people are like, oh, I made this K today. I'm not that person. I'm not. I have too much integrity for me to play that game. I will tell you, you are trying to climb Mount Kilimanjaro. Have you exercised? Have you packed well? That's why I said, when people tell you fail fast, they're telling you, like, I don't like it. I say, learn fast, become a student. When you need to be a lawyer is not when, right, you go to school. Go to school first before you need the skill. That's like, so I saw, Amos, what your question is. Yes, if in your future, remember, your ideas are the seeds for the future that you want. That's the topic of today. If in your future, 5, 6, whatever years, You saw yourself you can see yourself as an independent business owner. If that's what you see in your future, I don't know what you're seeing. But if there's something inside of you that is saying, I want to build a business, or I'm building a business, what am I doing wrong? Can I do this better? How do I? If you have all of those questions within you, learn. All you need to do is learn. This thing is not rocket science, but you need to learn. Accounting is not rocket science, but it takes 4 years. They'll still put you in school for 4 years for you to get your accounting degree, to get results out there. Learn fast is the best thing I always tell people. And it's better to learn when you're not trying to, get results. The farmer, if you sow the seed, you just heard Mr. Bossede tell you a story. A year ago, right? She made the investment and spent the last 1 year. Now today, celebrities are chasing her. And she's not like, these are new people. It's results. It's results. So that's my best answer is, please, let's just get into the mode of becoming a student of entrepreneurship. See it as a profession. And the investment we've made in ourselves to become leaders and winners in our dimension, right? Everybody you've achieved, anybody listening to me right now, you've achieved a level of success. You've enjoyed certain things. Why? Because you invested, you went to school, BSc, masters, in a specific, you mastered a skill, right? That got you results. They employed you, got, right? Think of entrepreneurship skills. That's why I talk about skills, mindset, strategies, systems. Entrepreneurship is about skills, strategies, right? Mindset, systems. And all of those 4 things I share a little bit on the landing page. More of it is in the academy. Mindset. The game plan. It's heavy. Because we've been groomed the first 20 years of our life. We are together in this. The first 20 years of our life, we were groomed to become job seekers. You and I, 20 years of, the first 20 years of your life till you got your first degree. For some is 18, for some is 22, 24. That, right? At least 20, at least 18 years. A for apple, B for this. The teacher will tell you, sit down, you sit down. Stand up, you stand up. Right? Imagine if you don't do what the teacher says, they will give you F. You were groomed to be an order taker, for other people to tell you what to do and how to do it. Everybody, most people in the world, right? If you were not raised in a family of entrepreneurs, if you were not raised and you didn't see people build businesses 1 brick at a time, listen, we were sold a story that 20 years we would do. They didn't promise you a business. They didn't promise you they would teach you how to create in the world what you see in your mind. They didn't teach you ultimate creativity, productivity, self-actualization. The day you now wake up on that job and you say, I want more because God has showed me more. Like, this job is great, but what I'm seeing in my future is worth investing in and taking risk on. That journey, when you take that bold step, don't fall off the cliff. That's why I bridge it with my programs. You take that step of, people tell you, quit your job, you can do it. I say, be careful. I love you enough to say, please, be careful. You step out, kaboom. You might fall flat face on your, right? And here's the key. Every kind of failure in entrepreneurship, who bears the cost? You. That's why I tell people, I don't like it when they say fail fast, because I say those who tell you to fail fast, they don't love you. They don't love you. They don't love you. They don't love you. They don't. Do we tell our surgeons to fail fast? Do we tell pilots to fail fast? We don't let them fail. Failure is unacceptable in every other profession. Failure is absolutely unacceptable for doctors, lawyers, accountants, pilots. So why do we think it's okay to look at another person looking to pursue their dreams, and the best thing we think we can offer them is go there, try it out, fail fast? The cost of failure, how expensive nobody bears it but you and your family, the stress on your health, every single thing. You feel that pain. And the few ones who muscle it through, who are courageous, gritty, that's why it takes grit. I get it. Why don't we tell doctors it takes grit? No, we pack books. That's what we do for doctors. We pack books. Go and read. Is that not what we tell? Do we tell doctors it takes grit? It takes pilots, it takes grit. Is that what we tell? Oh, entrepreneurship, it takes grit. Come on, guys. No, what we tell doctors is study hard. When the teacher teach you, listen, do what it, right? How did we get here? That's why I've been studying entrepreneurship, because when I left corporate, I left because I wanted to have impact, trade with Africa. Go and read my story. And I realized that, the reason there is no trade is because there is no skill. Exports, buying, selling, sales strategy. You don't know it. And those who know it are killing it. They are eating millions, multi-million dollar every day. Listen, you remember I started today with today. Every today, millions and billions of products are being sold by the people doing the work. My background is supply chain strategy. I work for the biggest brand in the world, designing strategy. Every single day, your toothpaste, your soap, your banana, your strawberries. Do you think it magically appeared at your Walmart or Target or Walgreens? No. When you go to the warehouse where I'm coming, like the work we do, I've worked in manufacturing today, every single day, productivity. Somebody is producing your soap. Somebody is growing your tomato, your garlic. The whole world, the people who get the reward are the creatives and the productive people. I've talked about consumer mindset versus producer mindset before. But they keep grooming you as a consumer job seeker. Everything I'm talking about today is about unleashing your productive capacity. Inside you, there's a seed of greatness inside you. God put it there. Genesis 1, be fruitful, multiply, replenish the earth, dominate, right? That is self-actualization. That is the calling on every creation of God. But then systems were built, banking, this, and we needed people to do jobs in industry. So we aligned education system to job seeking. We want accountants to, right? So we aligned the whole world in this supply chain, right? So we started spitting out job seekers, order takers, people we can tell what to do. Listen, if you try to rebel in corporate America, you'll be fired. Your boss tells you this is what we need to do, and you don't say yes, sir. You will be out the door, because the corporate world is not designed for you to bring in no. So what I'm talking about here is confidence in yourself, developing skills for yourself, and taking your life back as you see it, not as I see it. I'm doing my stuff. Take a look. I'm doing my stuff. But I'm giving you permission that originally came from your creator. Your dreams, hopes, aspiration deserves a space in this world. It's your job to assert yourself, to speak your truth. And when you don't speak your truth and your identity, this is why, listen, guys, I prefer to keep this. You guys just, I don't know who is watching. I'm going to bring myself back. You got the coach in me that talks, let me bring myself down. I just came out here to, social media is not where I do these things. Let me bring myself, I just almost, listen, I'm a no-nonsense person. I'm result-oriented. I will speak to my clients with clarity. Why? It's about results, transformation, impact. The one you want to make. I'll give you frameworks, roadmaps, programs. I am taking massive action, and I'm invested in seeing God's people thrive. You deserve it. You deserve it. Listen, the people I do life with, they're no better than you. This is why I talk about hardware versus software. God has graced every individual with amazing hardware, meaning we were all born as infants, right? Not even knowing how to speak, not knowing how to walk, not knowing how to do much for ourselves, right? We all came into this world that way. But this is what I've seen. This is more of economic importance because I work in economic circles too. What I'm about to share is that some people load on God's hardware corrupted software with viruses, limiting beliefs. You are too young to do this. People like you don't get this. What haven't I heard? Oh, I don't have money. Oh, I can't do this. Oh, nobody sees me. Oh, nobody's buying. Corrupted viruses. Those are viruses. Right? Limiting belief, limited, I cannot do this. But Bible says, all things are possible to them that believe. First, you must believe in your mind what you saw. What God showed you, you must believe it. You must say it, you must settle it. It is done. It is finished. That's why when I do my event, it is done. Like, you must do it in your mind. You must complete that project in your mind. And then when you show up in the world, you say, it's only a matter of time. See what I saw in my mind? It's coming. I'm waiting for you every day, today. I am waiting for that today. But when in your mind, you've already killed the dreams, you've told it is not possible, is this, is that. Listen, you've confused yourself. So you are showing up with less power, no focus, no commitment to yourself, no commitment to that future. You are not taking the action you need to take. You are giving your time away, Netflix and chill. A little here, a little there, a little hour here, a little there. A year just passed. A year has been given to you. Another 365 plus whatever days offered to you for you to build the future you want. But guess what? Maybe half of that year, you skip, you scroll on social media, you give it away. You just gave your power and your future. You gave it away to who? Netflix and chill, scrolling Facebook, this, that. That's why we are where we are, people. That's only when we talk about top 1%. Because top 1%, where I sit, the people I sit with that I'm doing life with, the top 1%, you won't find them where I find everybody. They are hiring people. They are investing in themselves heavily, multi-million-dollar investment. You know, when I say, oh, invest in yourself, take a class, people say, oh, it's too expensive. Listen, the life you want is expensive. It will cost you. You know, one of the things that I struggled with in the past, I thought people knew these things. I thought this was a no-brainer. I thought everybody in the world should understand this principle. I thought, but God was like, no. Don't assume. Toyin. The life you want is expensive. If you go pursuing free and cheap stuff, you will create cheap and free life. Listen, if they say plant a seed and you are looking for the cheap seed, plant seed. The day of harvest, when you see stunted growth, you did that to yourself. They say plant seed. Instead of looking for quality seed for quality harvest, you are cutting corners in your own life. They say build a house. Instead of buying the right cement, the right steel, you are cutting corners on the steel and the infrastructure and foundation of your life. Keep going. The life you want, as expensive as you think, the places you want to occupy, the business, everything you see needs to inform what you're doing. Because, you know, the other thing, either way, you still pay a price. Right? So the person who sowed a seed and the person who didn't sow a seed, the person who took action and didn't take action, the person who invested and the person who didn't invest, there's still a price to be paid. Right? You will still put your time in something else. You will still put your money in something else, you will still, that's the way the world is. You will still while it with time. You can't hold time. Time will still go. If God gave you a day, you don't use it. It's still like naturally, TikTok, you can't control. You can't say stop time. You can't say, oh no, 2023, no, I'm not ready for you. Listen, whether ready or not, here I come. The future, ready or not, here I come. When you arrive in that future, some will live in the future they dreamed of because they worked for it. Another person will say, have I known? Should I know? Regrets. Sit down with a lot of, I was attending a major event where I think at least the average age, they were like 60. And what they were saying, listen, you don't want that. One person stood up and said, now at my age, I'm looking for low risk investments. Right? And meanwhile, what he wants to invest in is high risk. But he has counted that I don't have enough time, right, to wait around for the results I want and I desire. And I just said, please, I didn't say it loud, but I'm thinking it and I'm sharing it with you now. The best thing you can actually do is take that money and invest it in your children. Make sure your children can do what you failed to do. That's the best way to put that money. Right? If you have 60 above, okay, I have to be careful. This is where diplomacy comes in. If I were advising that person, if that person doesn't want to take risk, the young people in your house, the younger ones can still take more risk. 24, 22, right? You don't have a, right? The young people around you, please invest in them. Because the factor of risk, risk tolerance at a certain age, can we say it honestly, is low. But business is high risk. High risk, high reward. And these are things I talk about when I'm coaching my clients as well, when they want to pick where to invest. High risk, high reward. High risk, low reward. Low risk, low reward. Low, right? Low risk, right? There's a matrix. So that when you are going in, are you going in courageously, right? And it's back to your confidence and your tolerance, risk tolerance, right? And how you mitigate risk. That's another complicated, complex stuff. Anyway, but what I would have been advising that person at that age that is already like risk averse, I would just say, look into your house. Your young people, they are very skilled with social media. They can teach them, let them do the work you feel. Because at once upon a time, this dream, you had it when you were their age. You didn't do nothing. Now you've woken up at a certain age. You wish, when it's time to retire, you now wish you want to retire in a business you didn't build. Guys, that's impossible. This is the time. Make A while the sun is shining. The young, like I don't know why I'm just putting it. I'm waking you guys up. Young, okay, let me play around here. When I was in underground, sorry, I said undergrad, as an undergrad, I was the public relation officer in my department. We used to host, I used to host events where now you know where my events hosting comes from. Now I host ambassadors and all of that. But anyway, I remember I used to rally people like, let's go, the motivational side of me. So let me wrap up with that high-spirited shout. Oh, that's what I'm saying. You see, wake up. If you are young and able, oh my God. If you know you are young and you are able, and you have dreams and you have hopes and you have time, because you're going to need time, energy, resources, and you desire, you're dreaming the dreams of youth. Listen, wake up. Let's go, guys. Okay, I just went all okay. Listen, I've given more time today because of the questions. I really wanted to help people address questions, so I'm going to be wrapping up. Asana Abasede, thank you. I hope you enjoyed my theater. Let's go. Go on, Asana. Did you want to say something?
Yeah, I was just like, thank you so much for the information. I'll keep following you.
Oh, you're welcome. And thank you to everybody in the room as well and online. Really appreciate. It's a great way to spend this Monday morning and just hanging out with people. Please do share, subscribe, follow, check it out. My personal website. So if you want to see my personal brand, the other things I do, toyinumesiri.com. You can learn more about me. And then my school is toyinumesiri.academy. It's a school and community for entrepreneurs. That's where we're learning the principles of success and developing the skills to achieve business growth as well. Thank you, guys. Abosede, we'll see you around. I know you already read this morning's release and more to come next week with our 30 days and 30 keys to unlocking success. Abosede, go ahead.
And no, I just want to say thank you so much. And I'm encouraging everyone to jump on. Like, the course is for real. I would recommend it anytime. Thank you so much.
God bless you. God bless you. Thank you so much. Okay, I'm closing out today. See you around and see you on social media when I'm there. Bye for now. Okay, let me close out everything here. I have so much going on. Bye for now.